Alright folks, we're here outside. The Hungry Monkey, it's Monday. What are we thinking about? Well, we just ate. Right? We were aiming for that Charles Poliquin diet, local fruit, a variety of nuts, right? You want to rotate between different nuts so that you don't develop sensitivities. And then some protein, so some chicken, some steak, some eggs, some fish, right? Whatever. It could be plant protein, right? Whatever your favorite. But we did a steak and eggs, and we had a side of, and then you want to do a healthy fat, right? So we did a side of guacamole. So what were we missing? We were missing some nuts, and I think we were missing nuts, but then we had a side of some nice fruit. So we were 2 for 3 on the framework for his diet. And so you want to aim. So Charles Poliquin, he's got more gold medals as a strength coach than any other strength coach in the Olympics. So I think, so that's an ideal, right? It's an ideal meal plan, but we're just aiming for it. You want to aim for it, just because even if you don't hit it, that's okay. But the duality, on the flip side of that coin, he says that people in prison, they have the worst food, and they get no sleep, yet they have world-class physiques. So it's this interesting balance of, okay, let's be thoughtful about what we're eating, but even if we have to eat something, even if we don't have a great meal, don't let that be an excuse to not train. Don't let that be one of the excuses to not train, or blame poor training on diet, right? So being mindful of both. Right now I'm thinking about, then we're on to soccer camp. What's soccer camp? Soccer camp is a place. The idea is you go somewhere, you have a lot of fun, you play a lot of soccer, and you make some friends maybe. So I think you could take this idea out of the location of soccer camp and bring it with you everywhere you go, even with no tools, even with some cheap tools. Right now I have a David Weck RMT rope. I got my handy dandy tennis ball. I have my sun protection, and we're just gonna do some Dr. Brandish belly breathing while staying super relaxed and moving around, feeling where do we have tension? Do you have tension in your body, or do we have you want to start to get into a nice rhythm, right? A lot of players who haven't been shown how to practice joyfully, play joyfully. I think something that no one told me is that you want to stay super relaxed. And that's where that Dr. Brandish belly breathing comes into play. Right? A lot of players, if they take a deep breath, their shoulders go up into the air. Right? They go, but you want to stay relaxed, breathe in through the belly. Right? It's here. It's and they say, or Dr. Brandish says that breathing through your belly, it massages your internal organs, it takes pressure off your spinal column, and it uses less energy than breathing with your upper back and shoulders. And that means that you're going to effortlessly improve your stamina and endurance just by learning a simple technique, right? Just by changing your breathing style, it'll completely change your life. So if there's only one thing you could take away from this video, breathing, belly breathing, really change your life. Okay, good. Think about staying relaxed, sun protection. Right, this RMT rope, David Weck RMT rope, probably one of the most effective soccer warm-up tools that I've been missing out personally. I've been playing soccer for 27 years, and it took me 27 years to come across. It's a variation of a jump rope. Right, the founder David Weck says if you could only learn one rope flow pattern, you want to learn the alternating underhand sneak. Right? Then the way you learn it is like this. When you do traditional jump rope, you start from behind and you go forward. To learn the alternating underhand sneak, you go the opposite direction, the underhand swing, right? So the opposite direction of the traditional jump rope. Then you sneak, and you sneak your other hand behind, and you grab your elbow, slide it down, grab the wrist, keep sliding it down, you grab the handles, and then from here you go double behind the back. It's here, 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 right? So you drill this. This is step maybe 2. I had to drill this for 3 days straight to learn this. Right, so it goes underhand swing, sneak the arm behind the back, grab both handles, so we're here. Right, double behind the backs. 3 days straight, in every spare moment, I had to do this, to turn, to go from here to here. And why you want to learn the alternating underhand sneak is because it mimics perfect running form, right? David Weck says when you run, there's 2 beats, there's 2 pulses on each step, right? Because when you run, it's 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. So alternating underhand sneak. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. It also teaches you to whip your arms down and spring that, right? It's you're training that, right? You're getting that nice spring action. So you know you could tell when a player's got poor running technique. Someone runs, they look like, you know, they got baby giraffe legs or something like that, or they just never been taught. So it's like, how do you know how to have perfect running technique? In most scenarios, you wouldn't expect it, right? Like, until you learn something, you don't know until you don't know, right? So like, it's this the rope becomes the tool that helps you become more explosive. I noticed immediately my juggling started improving, which improved my passing, my shooting, and even my dribbling. So for all those reasons, if you could only take the second thing away from this video, the takeaway is, or the question could be, can I invest 10 bucks? 10 bucks, you get you get probably one of the most powerful soccer training tools, and you bring it with you. 10 bucks for the rest of your life. That's a gym membership right there. 10 bucks. Everyone who doesn't have 10 bucks, you could get yourself 10 bucks, local hardware store, as long as you are tall, and then you just breathe, swing and move. Right? You don't even have to learn the alternating underhand sneak off the bat. Just by moving and breathing like this. Right? Your body's connected from fingers to toes, so as you swing it, you get a better understanding of where your body is in time and space. And David Weck took this from Sugar Ray Leonard, the boxer. He noticed that Sugar Ray Leonard, he didn't jump through jump ropes, he swung it side to side. So it's really going to help you develop dynamic balance, your timing, your rhythm, coordination, breathing. Nice and easy. Right? You could get very low, you could get into a deep squat, you could get full range of motion in the shoulders, right? Low impact, right? And the rope becomes a teacher. You don't need a lot of technical training to get benefits right here. You're here, you could use a men's tie, you could use 2 shoelaces tied together, you could use a towel cut long ways, right? You could just, I'm sure you have something around the house that you could use as a makeshift rope to just breathe, move, right? Breathing, smell the flowers, blow out the candles. Right, a lot of players spend a lot of time going to and from the gym. They're doing bodybuilder style workouts, 6x6, right? 6 sets of 6 squats, deadlifts, rows, bench press, shoulder presses. When, you know, for 10 bucks anywhere you are, you take this idea of training, the gym isn't somewhere, right? You take the idea of training away from the gym. Muhammad Ali trained all day, 6 days a week, shadow boxing, skipping rope, light bag, heavy bag, sit-ups. It was a constant rotation throughout his days, stretching. So for the longest time, I lifted like a bodybuilder, called it soccer training because I said it made me feel more confident. But I knew in my heart it wasn't what I should be doing. My physique I looked strong, but I wasn't. It didn't. Bodybuilder workouts, gym bro workouts don't make you more dynamic on the soccer field, right? That's an obvious. I wish I knew. Right? This is just what I wish I knew. So the question is, question 1, can I learn how to breathe, Dr. Vranich style? Question 2, can I make an RMT rope? Okay. Next. From the RMT rope, right, learning that alternating underhand sneak, I like to transition. I usually have a kick trainer, but I gave it away yesterday. But I like to transition into what I call this juggling sequence, which is 2 right, 2 left. And the reason I like doing that is because I feel like there's a logical progression that comes from doing alternating underhand sneak to two touches with the right foot, 2 touches with the left with the kick trainer, and then that leads right into 2 touches juggling with the right foot, 2 juggling with the left foot, or 2 right thigh, 2 left thigh. So I've been shying away with my feet because it's quite challenging for me. But let's attack that here. When I juggle, I think about Tyler. If you want to see one of the most dynamic jugglers, I think on the face of this earth, search _ty.fitness_, and his juggling sequences, I swear they're not your traditional freestyle. You see a lot of freestyle juggling videos. I don't think those freestyle videos or game translates into effectiveness, efficiency at the highest level. But these juggling sequences, man, I'll tell you what. Okay. Learning how to juggle. A lot of players. Holy shit, I'm winning. It's not a good sign. A lot of players, they get mad at themselves when they let the ball hit the ground, and they get super frustrated. You want to use the ground as a training partner. Use the bounce, right? Use the bounce, right? Take it easy. Or they'll use a ball that's too hard. They say make skills easy, make strength hard. Use a balloon, use a bouncy ball, use a hacky sack. Right? Have fun with it. And just take a breath. Come back to it. Okay. Whew. Right, even juggling for less than friggin' 60 seconds, I'm getting winded, which is not dope. not cool. I should be better. But okay, so from there I like to transition into one of two sequences. The first one I grew up on, and I've been teaching it for, ever since I learned it, I've been teaching players it for the longest time. It's from this skills and drills trainer out of New Jersey named Tom Turnbull. And it goes like this. You go outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. So the reason why dribbling sequences really elevate your dribbling abilities and your game is because it's a rhythmic pattern. It allows you to not think about dribbling. It's going to allow you to dance around defenders on the field, and it's going to allow you to get your head up the better you are at dribbling, the more comfortable you are with the ball at your feet, then your vision can come up. If you can see the field and time and space, then you could make better passes, put better shots on goal. And you want to say it out loud when you do it, right? There's something about saying it out loud while you're doing it, as you're doing it, that really helps it stick. So, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Out, out, in, out, in. Out, out, in, out, in. Out. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. 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 And I think the secret is, as you master the pattern, the magic comes from your ability to pivot, right? This inside chop. Right, that last touch, outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. That last touch, you can cut it behind the back of your leg, or on the outside touch, you can do a 360 pivot. So now your vision goes, you're seeing, you have, the reason why the pivot and changing direction is so important is because it allows you to see 360 degrees. Right, you see 180 degrees here, in theory, and then that pivot, boom, now it's 180 here. So it's a outside, outside, inside, outside, inside, right? It's that pivot which allows you to get a snapshot of the whole field. So now, right, and then especially if you do double looks, then you could play passes and it feels like, right, you could just see the player coming. So when the ball's coming, then the ball goes to the player, right? You just send it off. But that can't happen until you practice for 60 seconds a day to build the habit. So the question is, can I bring a ball with me everywhere I go and internalize this Tom Turnbull dribbling sequence? Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. Outside, outside, inside, outside, inside. So, even in my college senior year, I wasn't doing this simple stuff that would have made me, in my mind I feel like I was the worst version of myself my senior year playing college soccer. Even eating the healthiest stuff, even training, running, I was doing all the wrong shit. So, can you bring a ball with you everywhere you go? Can you learn Dr. Vranich style breathing? Can you make an RMT rope? And then it's just juggling and dribbling perpetually, right? Having fun, bring the game with you. Don't limit yourself to the gym, right? Don't limit yourself just because you don't have a a pitch by your field, just because you don't have a goal. Right? Some of the best players in the world, all they have is a ball made out of plastic bags. Right? They got no resources, but they're always getting touches, they're always playing, and getting a little bit better every day. Build the habit. 60 seconds a day, 16 days straight. 16 days straight builds the habit. So if you have any questions, 508-505-1180. All right, thank you.